Evangelical Christians or Zionist Christians are making decisions in USA to the point where it has become the foreign policy plan of the United States for advancing their agenda. Well, it is completely an apocalyptic viewpoint. What are this viewpoint's overall arguments? I must wrap it up in a few paragraphs, although each need like 2 or 3 hours of discussion. I sometimes wonder, how should I discuss them all so shortly? Number one, all the Jews should gather in Palestine. Pay very close attention. Both Jews and Christians believe in a Savior whose title is Messiah, Mashiach, or Moshiach. Exactly like how Savior is a title, right? What happened? Jesus Christ showed up in the Temple of Solomon, but Jews didn't accept him, and Christians believe that he was crucified and killed. They, Zionist Christians, say that this sequence should happen again. It's hilarious that against what crazy people we are standing.
So, they want to bring Jesus back so they can kill him again?
No, this time the Jews have to accept him. That's what should happen. What do they say? They say that the prophecy failed, Jesus came and they killed him. Now we, Muslims, say they didn't kill him. They couldn't. It is interesting that we are saying the thing which is in line with their teachings. So, they say that this sequence should happen again. Again, Jesus has to come, get off, and enter Solomon's temple. Where? In Palestine. Palestine did not have that many Jews, so they decided to move Jews there. That's why you see Blackstone, the Christian priest, and John Nelson Darby discussed this in America. This goes back to the 1700s and 1800s. You should look for them in those years. They argue that the Jews have to return to Jerusalem. Theodor Herzl, the father of modern Zionism, accepts when the British suggested him that the Jews can go to Arish Desert instead of Palestine. Blackstone wrote a letter to Theodor Herzl. It was the last days of Blackstone, and gifted Herzl a Torah, which was highlighted in some parts, saying that, looks like you haven't read Torah properly. Jews have to go to Palestine. Zionist Judaism that believes in this idea now has a comrade called the Zionist Christianity.
The dominant population mindset?
Yes, exactly. Because the Jews aren't that great in number, but here, America Christians support them. So they have decided to come to Palestine. And this is the first sequence. In the second act, Jesus arrives in the land in which the Jews are living. So the capital has to be moved to Jerusalem. In the third sequence, Jesus arrives in the Temple of Solomon. However, right now, there is no Temple of Solomon.
So, they have to build that too.
It has to be built. It means in the near future, we will witness their attempts to destroy Al-Aqsa Mosque.
Much more violent than before?
Yes. They have dug so many tunnels and holes under the Al-Aqsa Mosque that they have ruined the foundation. Now some of the walls of the mosque are cracking, and the thing is that now it only needs a 4 magnitude earthquake which can be made artificially by an explosion. They can have ISIS do this for them. That's what I can imagine of.
It might be worth to mention that in the series called The Messiah, it shows that in Jerusalem a kid is killed and the shootings and clashes can be normalized, so this destruction of Al-Aqsa Mosque can happen.
When the conditions are provided, they will definitely try to destroy Al-Aqsa Mosque. That's why Imam Khomeini gathered the attention of all Muslims to Jerusalem in order for them not to be able to fulfill their plans. This is where we understand that the reason for their enmity with us is not just oil and energy. Such a perception is ridiculous and devaluing the issue.
This is an ideological battle.
They don't even buy oil from us. We would be happy to be able to sell oil to the world. Ideology is behind all of these. What's next? They say Jesus is there. The Jews are also there. The temple has to be built too. However, before the arrival of Jesus, there will be an Antichrist. For 7 years, earth has to be filled with chaos, blood, and corruption. They repeated this phrases so much that it has now become a keyword in American people's minds. In these 7 years, heads will be cut from bodies, and then you see that ISIS has done all these with black flags. In an apocalyptic viewpoint based on Al-Qaeda, which is created in Afghanistan.
Khorasan group.
It's interesting that Obama has talked about Khorasan group, but here in Iran, the officials don't even know these. That's how important it is for them. They said these are the same black flags of Khorasan that have came to Iraq and Syria, ISIS. This word, ISIS, has a special meaning for Zionists that we have talked about it before. Then after these 7 years, the army of Antichrist comes and destroys the world, especially the Middle East. It threatens Israel. And then the leader of these people who are awaiting the Antichrist, Dajjal, arrives. And who is he, they say? The 12th Imam, who Muslims believe is the savior of mankind alongside Jesus Christ. And that's why you see they are looking at Trump as their savior. Now you can see that they put the image of Trump as Cyrus on the coin. They first made a coin about Cyrus, and then they made a coin about Trump.
Because in an era, Cyrus was their savior.